Hey, hi, hello, and good afternoon. My name is Amanda, and welcome to Harmony Portal Tarot Live. I hope everyone is having a fine Friday. Check on in, let us know that you're here. We already have quite the little donation list going. Let's see if I can paste this. Yes, we're starting today with Vicky with a one-card read, Crazy Tempest with 2 full reads, Jamie Wilson with 1 card, Brianna with 1 card, and I'm having issues with PayPal and then it consecutively emailing me what is coming up on PayPal. So I might, throughout the live, just randomly here and there check the PayPal because I got the first 2. I got the first 2 emails for a PayPal notification. Still not getting notifications like pop-up notifications on my phone. So that's what that is. And then I only got the first 2 emails and I noticed, let's see, Crazy Tempest and Jamie didn't put in any information as far as like their question on PayPal, which is fine. But I saw Brianna did, but I didn't get the email, and PayPal is now cutting it off after the first sentence. So I only have the first sentence of Brianna's question. And of course, if you do still want to fill out the PayPal, if you're still going to donate, feel free to do so, but it just may not email me. And then I might have to have you put it in the chat today just to be able to access your question, which is kind of a bummer because it's just easier to be able to go to the email and get the full question and just roll that way. But sorry about that. For those that are donating, can you kindly just put your question also in PayPal around the time we're going to start your reading? And you can know when we're starting your reading just because of the donation list here. The closer we get to your name, of course, your reading will be next. And Brianna, your question was in PayPal, but it cut off after the first sentence. My apologies on that. But if you could either type it, copy, paste it, or something into the chat kind of near when we're going to be doing your reading, that would really help me out so that I have your question and we can just keep rolling and everybody gets their question answered. So I'm going to do a few shout outs for everybody who's here. Sorry, my hands were really dry. The dog's been digging in the yard, and so I just had to recently wash my hands, and after getting him out of the dirt, I'll post in PayPal because I can go back. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so yes, let's do some shout outs. So we have Cheyenne, we have Vicky, Jessica Lynn, Brianna, May Hooper. Welcome, welcome everybody. So today we are going to be doing a random giveaway like we have been doing. I'm just having so much fun doing the giveaways. And because I messed up on Wednesday evening, we actually did 2 giveaways because I messed up. But I think it was meant to be that way because I think both people that got the reading were meant to get the reading when they got it and how they got it and all the fun things. You might be putting Asa down for snap. No worries. Well, if I have your question, Jamie, ahead of time or, right after or during maybe Crazy Tempest's questions, if you just want to pop it in the chat, kind of how Florence B, she'll just post her question kind of sometimes well in advance. And then I can just scroll back, find it, and then even maybe timestamp it for you. A lot of your video pick cards are coming up for me the last few days. Several have a butterfly as the object under the card. Interesting. My eyes keep going to the butterflies. Oh, that's good. We're being suggested. Yay. It's very interesting because was it Tuesday or Wednesday? Let's see. I think it was Wednesday. I just kind of had this realization, or not really realization, but just kind of, I don't know, excitement. And now just me talking about it, I got chills on my head. Not to completely revamp the channel, but just to bring new life force energy into the Done Creative. Harmony Portal Dead, pretty much. Harmony Portal Tarot is so heavily shadow banned that it's dead over there. It's a ghost town. So I'm kind of just posting some of the videos that were not on the Done Creative from Harmony Portal Tarot, but those run out, I want to say the 17th. So like next Monday or Thursday. I think it's Thursday-ish. Yes, next Thursday. So I have 2 more videos from Harmony Portal Tarot that are already over there, but they're going to go up, premiere on the Done Creative next week. And then after that, I don't have anything filmed. I have filmed, I think, maybe 2 videos since May at all, which is like, this emoji, shocking because I was like consistently filming 3 videos a week per week for over 3 years. And it just gets very frustrating and disheartening when these videos just get blocked or they're not, no one is seeing them. They're just not popping up. And I've run experiments like with my husband's channel, and a couple of friends have even, helped me out with experimenting just by searching randomly my username, The Done Creative or Harmony Portal Tarot, when they are already subscribed and it's just not coming up. It's like just like it doesn't exist. Or they'll search it and just be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And if you search The Done Creative, and maybe for you it comes right up, but for other people, I don't know what it is, that you can just be searching and searching, and usually the channel of the name would be the first thing to pop up, you would think. But he was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, was about to give up when finally there was one of my videos, like hundreds of videos, just searching The Done Creative, and finally one of mine comes up hundreds of scrolls later. I mean, that shouldn't be the case. I mean, if we're considering YouTube a search engine, you should be getting what you're typing in. But instead, like, it was showing like the Gem Goddess and all these other bigger named channels, and even smaller named channels were coming up. So it's like the algorithm knows The Done Creative is a tarot channel because that's what it was giving as a suggestion or as search. But then finally, hundreds of scrolls later, one of my videos from like 2020 came up for him, not even one of my newer ones. So I don't know what it is, but I can only just send out my, positivity, love, and readings with, the strong intention to hopefully reach whoever it is they're meant to reach. Maybe they're just not meant to reach that many people, and that's okay. And I've just kind of come to that frustrating realization that I know some of this information can help people. Not like from that ego point or, I need to be known for this. No, I don't care about any of that. It's just, I know I feel certain messages and know that they could benefit certain people, and not just certain people, but a lot of people. But these people just aren't getting the message or because it's just not popping up, So that's frustrating and disheartening. So I've just kind of come to the realization that just might be the baseline that I go forward with on YouTube. And I'm okay with that, so anything above and beyond that happens is like a bonus. So what I'm going to be doing moving forward, and you guys are the first to hear this, spoiler alert, I guess, after the 17th, I'm going to be going to one video a week at least until, and I got some totes over here. I'm doing some major deep cleaning and reorganization, and the totes kind of help me keep certain things contained so I'm not just having piles everywhere. So forgive the totes over there in the piles and all that fun stuff. But yes, spoiler alert, that's what's going to be happening is we're going to be going to one video per week on The Done Creative. Harmony Portal Tarot will just kind of be there. If it's just unsearchable, it's just not showing up. I don't even know if it's worth putting any kind of intention or effort into that channel. The Done Creative is getting little blips here and there, but it's nothing like it used to be. But again, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. As long as someone's coming over there, cool. We'll just keep rolling one video a week. And of course, my 2 live streams a week, and sometimes 3 live streams a week if I want to do like a rapid fire Sunday or whatever day of the week. It's usually Sunday. I probably haven't done one of those in about 4 or 5 months, so that's pretty rare when I do that. Also, I think what I will do instead of all that filming, because going from 2 or 3 videos a week, that's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours to film the video and then get it uploaded onto the computer, get the thumbnail made, and then another 1 to 2 hours to edit the video to cut out all the coughing, or if there's dogs barking and I have to take a break or whatever it is, to just edit it all consecutively together. So one video usually takes me anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. Times 3, when I was doing 3 of those a week, that's, as a maximum, usually about 18 hours a week during the workday. But if I scale that back down to 1 video a week, I'm going to have more time to focus on my writing, which really is not that I don't love doing this. I absolutely do. And I love showing up here and hanging out with you guys and getting these answers for you. I love that. I love that so much. And I love doing the pick of cards as well. But where my truest, deepest passion and heart reside is with writing, and this story specifically with the series I'm writing, it's like a young adult paranormal slash spiritual slash I don't even know what. Um, it's like, if you were to have to label it for a bookshelf, you would call it like paranormal or whatever. But really, it's the world as I actually see it, as it actually is, with that more spiritual element added in. But of course, you can't just say this is, modern contemporary whatever writing. You have to kind of say it's paranormal or supernatural because there's ghosts and guardians and guides and demon energies and stuff in the book as I know them to be. I'm trying to be as true to form of what actual spirituality is as I can. But of course, my main character, she sees, hears, experiences a lot more things than your average person would, because it's a book. You kind of have to show those things happening, and it wouldn't be just fun if she's just hearing a voice. You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta, I don't know the word, just kind of fluff it up just a bit because it's literary and it's fiction and it's fun and crazy and all the things. Oh, it's 11/11 on August 11th. I'm just seeing that over here on my big computer screen. But yes, I'm so like rejuvenated and excited and just ready to dive back into book one and just really get it solidified so that I can really start outlining book two. And even before I start writing book two, I want to also outline book three and at least have an inkling of exactly what's going on in book four. But I already have a pretty solid idea of at least the climax of book four, because that's the book I actually started to write before it became this 4-book series. And who knows, maybe it's going to expand beyond 4 books. But I also have 2 companion novels planned. One is a definite, absolutely it's going to happen. And the other one, I'm still like, I think it would be great. Those 2 are basically spin-offs of 2 adult characters in my book, but when they were teenagers. So like in the early 70s for the character Lily, and then in the late 70s for the character Sheila. Yes, I'm absolutely publishing them, but I am self-publishing them. I'm not trying to go the traditional route, because no traditional publisher would pick up something like this, because even if they loved and enjoyed the story, a lot of these publishing houses, of course, are controlled, as we know, especially those like big 5 publishers are. There's a major, I don't know if you want to call it woke agenda or very leftist agenda with a lot of the young adult books that are being published now. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything right with that. It is what it is. But I don't fit in that box at all. And my books are set in the 90s, and then the other 2 companion novels are set in the early 70s, late 60s, early 70s, and then late 70s. The world was a very different place at that time, and I can't put today's like politically correctness, wokeness spin on that and make it authentic, because that just wasn't authentic for the time. Of course, I'm not being like blatantly rude about the way I come about things, but just the world was a different place then. And the stories, they can't be told through the woke lens of today's whatever. Yeah, not that I'm trying to be rude or, anything like that. It just doesn't fit. But yet at the same time, these are stories people, I believe anyway, could really resonate and benefit from, especially those who've had any kind of spiritual awakening or spiritual experience, because that's kind of the crux of, or the underlying theme of all my books is there's something greater than just this reality. And a lot of themes of freedom are in my books, because, as human beings on this planet, yes, we may think we're free, but on some level there is a control or suppression on just our energy, even down to our DNA. There's, so these themes run very deeply through my books. And, there are books like that sneak through the traditional publishing process, but they are very, and I mean very, far and few between. And they're usually from someone who's put out some fluff piece before. Not to say, I think there's a place for every piece of fiction, but some stories, and as you know, anyone who reads a book, there are some stories that just have that deeper and multi-layered meaning, and there's others that are just for entertainment. And 3 weeks later, once you put the book down and you're finished reading it, you don't even remember the character's name, or you kind of have a vague sense of what happened. But and of course, years down the road after reading it, what? I don't even know if I read that book. You know what I mean? But then there's those other books that the message and the symbolism and plots and the subplots and the characters and just the humanity of everything just goes so much deeper. And that's what I'm trying to create. I'm not saying I'm perfect or it's going to be like a bestseller. And in fact, it probably won't be because I'm not trying to purposely go that route. I'm trying to go my own way and just see what happens. So that's what I'm doing. And that's where I want to spend most of my quote unquote work hours moving forward once the kids do go back to school. That way I can still get you guys to pick a card once a week. And I think that's fine. I think that's enough. And not, I even thought maybe every 2 weeks, but I don't know. That seems like a long time between readings or videos, but 2-3 times a week. Sometimes that might just be overkill for the subscriber. Like, well, I just found out, what I need to know from this card, pick a card on Monday. Do I really need to know on Wednesday what's going down with this? And then on Friday, what's going down with, maybe some people like that, but I don't know. I'm just feeling the need to pull back a little bit, not crazy, but just a little bit, and focus on the writing. So that's my long roundabout way of explaining where my energy hopefully will be going back into my writing. I'm very excited about that, and I'm just chomping at the bit to get this area here organized enough to where I feel like I have a peaceful, uncluttered writing place to do my work, and I'm very excited about that. And I did get myself a few little treats. Free. They were not free. I bought them. A few little treats to act as kind of incentive to have this jump start in both getting back to the pick a card stuff and the writing. I bought myself a new keyboard and new keys that are just the coolest. Let me just show you guys real quick, show and tell real quick, and then we'll get back to what we're doing here. I do have the keyboard down here, so let me grab it. Okay, so, and these were both from Amazon. So if you are looking for a new fun keyboard, and I guess they're considered like gaming keyboards. So this is the A87. I don't know if it's Daru or Daru. I don't know the name on that, but this is the keyboard itself, and I'm obsessed with this. Right now, let me just try to show you. I have this old black keyboard, this Dell keyboard that I've had for like probably 15 years. It works, but it's not exciting. Sometimes we just need that little bump of aesthetic and excitement. I'm not really like an overly aesthetic girly, but I have my moments, I guess. But here she is. Let's get her out. She's so beautiful and exciting. So my vibe. The colors just aren't being done justice. They're kind of a medium lilac or lavender color. Maybe if I adjust the lighting, I don't know if that's going to help or make it worse. But I love the little enter key, space bar are just kind of different. And then because I want to mix it up a little more, I got some keys. Oh, also this is magnetic, so you can, if you want it more like that. And of course it'll light up, and there's a couple different modes for how it lights up. But then this is magnetic, so you can put it on, off. And then, yes, I'm very excited about that, but I'm also excited about these extra keys. So I can kind of swap the keys as I get bored with one space bar. I can venture into a different space bar. So I have 4 options for space bars. And, current to past versions of me had no change of space bars for 15 years plus. So this is the astrology key set. I love it so much. I just love the colors. The colors are just so my vibe. And then this one doesn't have a topper, so I don't want to, but there's 2 other space bars, and like this will pull the keys off this little key puller. Yeah, I'm so excited. I never do stuff like this for myself, so this was like a big treat, like prize of the year for me. Yeah, I'm one of those guys. I will wear something until it's like holes, and I've been better about just donating things that I just don't vibe with anymore. But past me was like, well, it still works. I don't really vibe with it anymore, but like I can't just throw it away. And it's too holy and whatever to donate, but it's still good enough that I don't feel good about throwing it away. And I don't know. Is it just me? Anyone else that's like that? But I'm trying to be more conscious of if I don't feel good wearing a shirt because it's got all these holes, but it's still comfortable or whatever, I'm trying to learn to just let it go, to pass it on. That, I'm not like having to be in like a contract with it for the next 10 years just because it's not completely falling apart. You know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, let me catch up with your comments, and I'm gonna turn this light back off because it's very bright in my face. Yeah. So let's see. Oh, the daffodil decor. Yeah, I loved that. I actually still, where are they? Well, there's some on my floor right here from that same daffodil set. Still here. I had them just, they died and they dried up, and I had a pile of them. They're now found their way to the floor. So they're probably garbage at this point. See what I mean about just holding on? I mean, they're still kind of cute, right? I need to let it go. So funny. Oh, a lot of picker cards. Oh, I did read that. Have a hard time finding your videos sometimes. Yeah, right? Right? So yeah. So it's almost like if you want it, you got to keep searching for it, which is not fair to you because you've subscribed, right? You would just expect it to show up when there's a new video. Remember the time you called me out in one of your pick a cards and I turned it off because you said, young man, and I was like, oops, wrong pile. But seconds later, you mentioned a job with kids. Oh my goodness. You're part of a very small portion of our population that thinks for yourself. Your energy doesn't resonate with everyone. That's so true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be fun. I did start out my Amanda Kiefer Dunn, or no, the Dunn Creative. I was just going to have my writing on there and my pick cards and just any spiritual, like fun topics I wanted to share. I was just going to do it all on one channel. But then I learned quickly that, you got to niche yourself down or niche yourself down, however you pronounce that word, niche, whatever. Yep, I'm publishing those. Yeah, I'm so excited to get them out there. Yeah, independent publisher. That's how Alaron Kong started out, and his books are popular, and no one would pick him when he first started. Yeah, and I'm not even gonna do, because normally you have to query or you'll have to like try to get an agent and all that, and then query your manuscript or novel that you've written to try to get someone to be interested in it. And you can't just send your manuscript to publishers. They will just throw it in the trash. You need like an agent nowadays to act as like the middleman to get you an in to even get your manuscript seen by these publishers. And it just seems like so many hoops to jump through when I have a story to tell and I want to tell it, within a few years rather than a few decades at this point. But yeah, it's a whole thing. And I'm still not like, I've never published a novel before, so I'm not saying I'm going to be like world class amazing, but I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, right? So I'm not probably going to charge a whole bunch for it, but I'm going to get it out there and just see what happens. Of course, I'm making it the best I can. I'm still hiring an editor. I'm still hiring a proofreader and a line editor, developmental editor. I'm going to hire all the positions to make sure that the manuscript is as polished as I can get it. I'm not just gonna slap it together and throw it out there. I know people that do that, and that's their prerogative. I could never. I want to make it as polished and as best as I can before I just throw it out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're all girls at heart. Love it. Wow, that's nice. I love it. So we do have an ad coming in 22 seconds. So we'll take a quick little water break, and then we're gonna do our free collective reading. And of course, at some point during the live stream, we're gonna do the giveaway as well. Yeah, and that's the thing. If someone, likes the book, it'll probably be more of a word of mouth or just trying to publish or trying to market it like on social media and what have you. I even thought about doing like, and I don't want to get into TikTok for like tarot stuff at all. And I still to this day do not have a TikTok. I've never been on there as far as downloading it and being on there. I just don't get the best vibe from that platform. But for like, to be able to talk about your books or to have little shorts basically about your books, I would consider doing that on TikTok and also YouTube. But I do have a writing channel. It's just Amanda Kiefer Dunn. It's my full name, my maiden name, and my, of course, married name. Let's see. So Amanda Kiefer Dunn. It's the one with a little over 300 subscribers. It's still a very small channel. But I intend, when I do have a little more time to devote to writing, to start my vlogs back up over there as well. So you'll get to see, like, I think I'm gonna film my office declutter, revamp, redo, renew. I might. I'm not sure if anyone even wants or cares to see that, but I don't know. I kind of want to do it just for my own posterity, to be able to look back on it and be like, oh wow, I did that. Hopefully, if I get it done, I'm just fingers crossed I get this done. I know I will. I just need to do it. But yeah, that is the channel if anyone wants to check that out. It's also, I think, linked in pretty much every one of my pick a card readings. It might even be linked in the description of this video or any video here of my live streams. Pretty sure I just link it in the descriptions. So it's pretty easy to find, or even just searching in the search Amanda Kiefer Dunn. I do have like a couple channels with that name, I think, but the one where I've got the like coral and navy striped shirt and my hands in my hair and a like yellow flower in my hair, that's a thumbnail for my writing channel, I think. Isn't it? I think it is. Or did I change it? Let me just see so I'm not giving false information. That's fake news, Amanda. Let's see. Going back. I know some of you are already on there or subscribed. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's this icon, but it's Amanda Kiefer Dunn. This is just my personal, let me browse around YouTube account. And then I have the account Amanda Kiefer Dunn for my author tube, writer tube / vlogging, whatever I'm doing over there. Okay, let's get into our free collective reading, since I've just rambled and rambled and rambled today. But I don't know. I just felt like having a chatty opening to his live stream. It's been a minute since we've done that. So, all right. What do we need to know now? All of us watching now and on the replay. What do we need to know? Oh, and we're using this really fun gold foil tarot today. I mean, can we just take a second to appreciate the beauty? This was the other, besides the keyboard and the keys, this was the other kind of symbol of me kind of coming back to my tarot and the Done Creative with one video a week and just refreshing that energy. So you've seen all three of my little refreshing myself purchases. So let's get into it. Maybe you guys, maybe that's what we focus on today, is how we're refreshing our energy and just leveling ourselves up, or getting ready to lay the foundation to then level up. Let's see what we need to know next few weeks or so to get us to that next, come on now, literal level up energy with the 10 of Pentacles. And it might be a bit difficult with this foiling, but oh my gosh, it's so fun. These are so beautiful. And they weren't that expensive either. I was shocked. But yes, look at that. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. And this is going to be setting that foundation that's going to be serving not just this month or this year, but for possible years, maybe even decades to come. We're setting, or at least having ideas, you know, wheels are turning, ideas are forming. We're getting downloads of information about the people that are going to be in our lives over the next decades, the projects that we're going to be working on, the careers that we're getting into, whatever it is. So this, like, next 2 weeks, we're really getting some downloads or setting a foundation for ourselves that's going to last. I'm hearing last a lifetime. So for some of you, this might even be generational wealth that you're creating that you can pass to your children, your grandchildren, down the line like that. Those that have or want children. But those that are, you know, not wanting that, of course, could just be like legacy energy as well. Yeah, closing out that cycle of feeling overwhelmed. So this next 2 weeks, you might be hit with just feeling overwhelmed, feeling drained, feeling lethargic, because a lot of times this is how the entities that it's almost like they can sense we're ready to, you know, roll up those sleeves, get that elbow grease going, and really start taking action in our lives. Well, the dark forces on this planet don't want that to happen. So they will a lot of times do a heavy psychic attack, or they will come at you through the people around you. You know, the traffic patterns just might be really sluggish, and then you're getting like kind of worked up, like, oh, this is frustrating. You know, things like that can happen. But this is about us empowering ourselves out of this energy, and maybe even just facing our own stuff, whatever that looks like personally, that you're just wanting to overcome, but just empowering ourselves. Got a couple falling out here. Empowering ourselves to not allow, so if you are noticing you're getting frustrated by external forces or even just these dark feelings or negative thoughts inside, a lot of times that's entity interference because we're ready to do something new and fresh and exciting and leveling up. And, they can't have that. They don't want that. So this is about us taking major just intention and control of what we can control. But if you are trying to take control of your life and you're feeling like it's out of control or other people are too interfered or what's the point? I'm just going to fall back down. That is such a normal feeling when you're about to really level up. But don't give into that feeling. That's what I'm trying to say. Because look, we have the world card. So yes, this is about a successful completion of one cycle. It may feel bittersweet though, especially if we're looking to get out of a cluttered environment or just a toxic belief system with ourselves and our work and our energy. It can be hard and difficult or not even really feel like an ending when we close that out. But sometimes just setting or creating that new energy for ourselves by writing down some intentions, speaking them out loud, letting go of, like I was saying earlier with the old keyboard, out with the old and with the new. Doesn't mean you have to replace everything and be like that aesthetic girly. You don't have to do that. But sometimes just refreshing the energy of getting rid of the dusty old keyboard, replacing it with something that makes you feel alive when you touch it. I mean, yeah, maybe, the 60 whatever dollars you spent on the keyboard may have felt like, oh, I probably should have spent that paying bills or whatever. But sometimes to treat yourself to something that just brings you a bit of joy is okay. I mean, we are still human after all. In also addition to being a human, we are also that spiritual being. But with the King of Swords, it's about speaking and becoming, kind of that fake it till you make it. And I actually hate that phrase because we don't have to fake anything, because truly deep down, if it's something we want or a version of us that we want to become, it's because it does exist on some level. So we're not technically faking it. We're just stepping into it, even if it feels uncomfortable. That's the vibe I'm getting here. So maybe even communicating in your journal or out loud, or even just in your head, or just thinking, brainstorming about how you want to level up your life, or how do you want to step into a greater version of yourself. Not that the version of yourself that exists now is wrong or bad or not good enough. That is not at all what we're trying to say, but we all know where we can improve. We all know where we can let go of clutter and baggage and wounds and do some healing, do some dusting and cleaning up and just rejuvenating. That's the word. That's the vibe that really just wants to keep coming out for me today. Rejuvenation. All right, what do we need to know? What else? All right. Ooh, yeah. And ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. And this is a card of many options, many choices. So sometimes, we might know what we don't want, but we're not quite sure what we do want. So if you're in that boat where you're like, well, I don't really like my dusty old keyboard anymore, but I don't know what I'd replace it with anyway. So I don't know. So sometimes you just got to start looking or putting that intention out there that I'm in the market for a new keyboard, or insert whatever your goal is here. Maybe you're just in the market to do more self-care, right? It doesn't have to be you're purchasing anything, but just for sake of example, maybe you don't like your old dusty Dell, keyboard anymore, but you're not sure what you want to replace it with. So sometimes just doing research or going on Pinterest or looking around or asking around can kind of get the ball rolling. So if you're sure what you don't want anymore, you can focus on clearing the clutter around that. But a lot of times we have to usually, especially like in the keyboard example, you can't just get rid of that keyboard and be like, yeah, I'm free. Because you still need to be able to type. Most of us that are online, we still need to type. So we're going to have to replace that old energy with something new. And same with like bad habits. You can't a lot of times just kick a bad habit and call it a day. Usually you got to replace that bad habit with a good habit, or at least a less bad habit. That's just kind of how it works with the energy exchange of things. But with the High Priestess coming out, this is about not settling. This is about dreaming big and really reaching down into that true spirit of us that exists within us and outside of us as well, because it's connected outside this matrix. It's about connecting to that part of us to actually find the timeline or the outcome that is in most alignment with our true spirit. Not our ego, not our soul, not just what, the machine or the matrix here wants, but what we truly desire. it is at our fingertips if we can just tune in and figure it out. And it's not even just tuning in and figuring it out, it's the taking the action day after day, speaking into being, taking action in that direction, and actually making things happen. Because we can say all day, I want to be this, I want to accomplish that, I want to do that. But if we, in my example with writing a book, I'm not ever going to write that book if I don't pick up the pen or start typing in, the document. I'm never going to write that book. I, can then, if I don't have all the, plot turns and twists and characterization figured out, I can sit with that idea. And a lot of times this is what I do is I put it out there. Okay, Spirit, start to show me people in my life that are really the embodiment of this character. Or, I'm open to suggestion for what makes this character tick. Or, I kind of have this idea for the midpoint, but like, is there a stronger, better idea that I can have? And usually when I put those questions out there, or even just kind of be open to receiving whatever needs to happen, I will get it usually within a week, and almost every time. And when I start thinking about my book, it's like I can't stop thinking about my book. It just comes to me in, like, I'll just be talking to someone. It has nothing to do with my book. And I'll just be like unlocking like dialogue that needs to happen in this one particular scene. Or the idea I have another idea to kind of foreshadow that scene. And I'm like, oh yeah, this is good stuff. But if I'm too busy doing this or stressing about that, or not even focusing on my book at all, it's more like a drip than like a full flow from a faucet of ideas. So that's the key here is if you're wanting to start shifting your attention, energy, effort, affection, love, passion in a new direction, you're gonna have to start taking steps in the direction, even if you're not completely there and knowing exactly what you want. Sometimes you just got to start little, take those baby steps in the direction that you, in your spirit, you want to go, even if you don't know what it looks like, before you can really start getting the ideas, the downloads, the doors opening, the opportunities coming in to really embody that energy. Powerful reading already, you guys. Let's get a couple oracle cards before we close out, and then we'll get into our donations for the day. And of course, we're doing a giveaway at some point, so don't dip out if you want to win that. We have here wisdom in play. Our intuition knows more than we do. And, wisdom in play. So we can kind of take this two words. Wisdom is at play, meaning, that deeper intuition knows better than we do. But also, there is wisdom in playing. Just asking, what if I color today? What if I go for a walk today? What if I brainstorm ideas for my book today? What if? And just playing. And sometimes even stepping out of, if I'm trying to write a book and I'm at a point where it's frustrating me, just completely stepping away from the book or the decluttering or whatever it is that just feels very heavy or big, and going to play, going to do something my inner child would love or enjoy, something creative, something that I'm having fun with, even if it's just watching a Netflix show of The Office. Sometimes I'll put that on as like a comfort background noise that I don't have to pay too close attention because I know every episode pretty much by heart, but it gets me in this, like, I don't know, like feeling supported kind of zone. You know what I mean? So sometimes it could be just anything, whatever feels like play to you. You don't have to spend money. You can go out in nature, you can stay home, you can read a good book, whatever it looks like for you. But sometimes allowing that wisdom to come through, it can download when you are in that receptive state of just creativity and play. We have the number 3 there. So it's for many of you here, gonna be very creative energy, or maybe even something you're doing with a partner or a group of friends. Going to the fair, that's something we did last night, and we're gonna go back because Wrigley got a caricature drawn of him at the county fair, and he loved it. And Boston's like, yeah, I don't want to do it. But then he was kind of picking on his brother last night, and we're like, well, what is your deal? And he was, well, I kind of maybe wanted to do that too. So there was Wrigley's drawing. I thought it was so cute. So we're gonna go back tonight and let Boston get his picture be drawn, or however we say that. Let him get his picture drawn as well, so we can have a matching set and we could put them on the wall. Fun. So sometimes getting together with a group of friends and go do something fun together, something like that, could just, be a step away from the mundane, work grind, or even just if you're overwhelmed with the amount of decluttering you have to do at home or the energy of the people in your home. Sometimes just getting out and doing something. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Sometimes just walking around and window shopping, or getting out in nature, or going for a swim, or I don't know, going to do something creative or fun in some way. You don't even have to always leave your house. You don't have to. Whatever resonates most with you, that's what I want you to do. All right, let's get one more. And then we have wishful expectations. We got that karmic wheel or wheel of karma kind of energy, wheel of fortune energy as well. And the number 14, which adds up to 5. So there's changes coming to the way we have these wishful expectations about our life. So acknowledging the smoke and mirrors in your life for what they are. And that's going right back to Miss High Priestess herself. The illusion, the smoke and the mirrors, where we think we are not worthy, or where we feel like we have failed, or where we think, oh, everything's fine, but there's like a dumpster fire in your life. This is about facing things with all of your senses, and of course your extrasensory senses, to discern the truth of someone, something, a situation, a relationship, whatever it is. You are facing it, and then having wishful expectations. So setting intentions, not just expecting everyone to go along with what you like psychically and intuitively want, but setting intentions and not placing expectations even on yourself a lot of times, because we expect, okay, I'm going to get this, all these things done. And then if we fall short even by one task, will it completely negate all the progress we made? So this is about progress, not perfection, is kind of what I'm hearing as well. And of course, keeping things as positive as we can without spiritually bypassing all of the negative or, toxic in our lives. Because a lot of times we can still face those negative and toxic things in a positive way. It's just about our frame of reference, our frame of reality, the kind of mood that we're in while we're trying to change or do whatever it is we're trying to do. A lot of times, if we can come at it from a place of joy and almost childlike wonder, and even looking at the issues and problems in your life as a challenge or an obstacle, or as I like to call them, an opportunity for growth. That sounds way better than I'm in the dumpster fire of this relationship, or I just lost my job. It's better to call it like an opportunity for growth, because look at how many times bad crap has happened to you and how many times you've come out on top because so-and-so cheated on you, or you lost that really awesome job you loved, but you wouldn't be who you are and where you are now if that bad thing didn't happen, which is kind of like the silver lining way to look at certain bad things. Of course, there are probably bad scenarios that have happened in life that you can't find that silver lining to, and that's okay. But especially the things that seem like the present challenge for you or the opportunity for growth for you, looking at them with the silver lining of what is this trying to teach me, and how can I grow from this? That can really help reframe that like victim mindset, or just feeling held back or stagnant or stuck. And that can put us back into our own empowerment and embodiment of our own amazing ability to get ourselves where we want to be. Wow, powerful message coming through today. Cheyenne loves the reading. Let me go catch up on your comments here. Yes. Yeah, Brianna says abundance. Love that deck. Yeah, I'm loving this deck too. It's so fun. Yeah, new moon energy coming in hot. Yep, Cheyenne's excited. Oh, Vicky and I are empowering ourselves to build a new life. We've been doing rituals and we don't want to be fed up anymore. Yeah, because a lot of times that resentment starts to build and then it just keeps building and building. It's so hard to come above it and look at the silver lining, because you're so buried in resentment. And I mean, I've been there in lots of situations. I'm there right now in just the organization and the flow of my house. The energy, there's just too much stuff in 1,400 square foot house. There's just too much stuff for the space we have. Well, we're not going anywhere anytime soon that I can tune into, because the housing prices are still triple to quadruple what they were before 2020 here in my state where I'm at. And we're second now to California as far as what someone will make for an income in this state and for how much they have to pay for a home. We're second highest in the whole US. It's ungodly, the prices they are asking. And of course, the interest rates are sky high right now as well. So unless you have cash stashed, which we've been trying to save, for our property back in 2019, we were ready to buy some property, but we weren't sure which property. We weren't really in love with any specific property. And then all the properties that were for sale just quadrupled, and some of them have even gone up 7 times their original price, which is to me is just insane. Insane. um yeah, because they were doing at the time 20-acre lots for $80,000. Then they took it down to 2 acres for $300,000. How is that even how? Yes, cluttered environment. I bought us both a new crystal yesterday that said cleansing environment as the keyword. I love that. Yeah, sometimes it just feels good to know you have assistance through a crystal, through a friend, through your own spirit, whatever it is. Yeah. Oh, that's how you feel about yoga. I turn every single conversation into yoga. I'll be graduating very soon. Oh, that's so cool, Brianna. Congrats on the almost graduation. That's so exciting. Yeah, I call that yoga torture day, but definitely has good benefits. Shouldn't be torture if someone gives you what you need specifically. I can help you. Oh yeah, for me, like yoga. Not that I do it a lot, but when I have in the past, and I haven't done it probably in 2 months or so, but those deep stretches to me, they hurt so good. I don't know what it is. I love it, and I should do it more. I don't know why I don't. um, but I was like a cheerleader, a wrestler, a dancer in high school, so I love getting a good stretch on. I don't know. I've always loved stretching in different ways. Um, yeah, definitely been working on that. Says Bambi Eyes. Cheyenne loves the reading. It can be hard to heal in an environment that makes you sick. Absolutely, and sometimes you just have to almost survive in that case. It's like you're in survival mode 24/7. So it's like utmost importance when you're in those types of situations to get out of said survival mode situation or environment. Place yourself. It's not about just blooming where you're planted, because you're doing the best to bloom where you're planted, and taking the time to save the money and do the things you need to do to get out. But once you get out and start planting those new seeds or new roots, oh, you're going to thrive so much better. Yeah. Feel compelled to put a white light around yourself to protect your energy. Yeah, for sure. Bambi Ice says, yes, been feeling need to clean and declutter heavy the past 2 weeks. Same. And I know I'm sitting here talking about decluttering yet. I bought a new deck and I bought a new keyboard, but hey, my motto has been lately, not so much with decks, because those to me, I have space. I mean, a deck doesn't take up too much space. But as far as like a new keyboard, I'm not going to keep my old keyboard on hand just in case the new one craps out. No, out with the old and then in with the new. That's how I'm doing that. And the same thing applies to my closet. Anytime I get a new shirt, one has to go. So if I'm out shopping and that shirt that I'm thinking about buying isn't going to kick one of my existing shirts out, I don't buy it. Yeah. And I'm at this point, not TMI, probably no one cares, but I'm at the point now where I want to replace all my socks and underwear because I've just had them for so long. And they're, you just sometimes deserve clean, fresh clothing in that regard, Yeah, love it. 300,000 for 2 acres is nuts. Yeah. And that was on the low end of some of those properties. Some of them were even higher. No words. And the reason we didn't want to buy up there, it was just like very hilly, very like boulders and rocky, like soil, and a lot of sagebrush and no like mature trees. You would have to basically completely level that property to even be able to build a house, let alone, have a garden, have trees planted, because it's so rocky and hilly and just not great. Not great for, having a plot of land to build on. That's why we never bit the bullet on any of those, because it just didn't call to me. I want to be maybe a little closer to some water sources and have more mature trees around. And there is not a lack of mature trees. I'm in Montana. I'm in the mountains. There's trees everywhere, just not where we were trying to buy or try to find land. There weren't any good trees on that side of that town. Not good soil unless you plan on growing potatoes, right? Yeah, I love a potato. I'm a potato lover at heart, but I would like to grow other things, and I love a good shade tree. My backyard, we planted a weeping willow tree. I want to say 2014. We planted this one. Well, we bought the house in 2008, and like for 3 years in a row, three different trees we tried to plant in the spot where now the kids' trampoline is. The only real completely flat spot in our backyard. We tried to plant a weeping willow 3 years in a row. It just wasn't working. So I took a couple years off. And then by 2014, we just went and got a real big one, and we moved it up to the back part of our property a little bit more. And it's thriving. It is probably, it's probably 30 feet tall now already. I mean, they are very fast growing trees, and which is good because I love it. I lived in my weeping willow tree in my front yard when I was a kid. Like every property I own will have a weeping willow at some part of the property. Even if I have to be the one to plant it, it will arrive and it will be there. Yes. So just wherever it was down here, I was trying to plant it. I moved it up about 15 to 20 yards up the yard, and it's doing well. It's doing very well now. I just think that part of the property didn't want a tree there, and that it was telling me that by just not allowing it to take. Yeah. Okay, let's get into our donation readings for the day. Vicky. So Vicky, I already do have your question, so you don't have to repost it or anything. Yeah, a new bra will change your life, especially if it's a good fitting bra, because I guess most women just aren't wearing the right size bra for them. I've heard that as like a fact, but yeah, especially if it's a well-fitting bra, it'll change your life. All right, so Vicky, we are starting with you. Crazy Tempest, you are on deck. So if you would like Crazy Tempest to go ahead and post either one or both of your questions, just maybe say question 1 and then post that question 2 so that I don't get them confused. That would be helpful. And then on deck will be Jamie with her 1 card after Crazy Tempest 2 questions. And of course, we're starting with Vicky. And then Brianna will be after Jamie. So that's what we're currently working with. So Brianna, when we're getting kind of close to your question, if you want to post it, since PayPal cut it off, they cut it off and they never emailed me that you had donated. I had to log into PayPal to see that you had donated when I was just wanting to update the list. So when we get close to your question, if you can post what you were trying to post, that would be awesome. And anyone else that's donating, if it's not coming through in the email, please post your question in the chat so we can take care of you properly. Okay, so Vicky, I'm heading over to my email. Vicky's question. First donator of the day. Hi, Amanda. I hope you're well. Can I please ask True Spirit about the current energies in our home? Our dad is really starting to annoy myself and Cheyenne as he is becoming more entitled and passive aggressive. For example, the other day, myself and Cheyenne were getting our nails done, and he called Cheyenne wondering why I wasn't home. Why there wasn't a bath for him when he came home from work. Mind blown. And he always expects us to accommodate him around our plans, and he doesn't seem to take no for an answer. Any messages from True Spirit is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Okay, so as I'm reading that, Vicky, I'm getting a major download of, okay, so I know you're saving money, and the housing crisis over there is like 2 biggest factors going on with why you haven't left. Because if you had your choice, you would have been gone a while ago, right? So I totally understand why you're still there. But this is what I'm hearing is this is the universe's way. Because if things got better, it's almost like you and Cheyenne, it's still not ideal, but it's still not as bad as it is maybe right now. If things did get a little better, that you might just become complacent and think, okay, well, we'll just keep saving and we'll wait. So this is almost like the universe or spirit's way of trying to light that fire under both of you, that you understand this is not healthy. This is very toxic for both of your energies, that it's not going to change until you're out. And you might even notice it just starting to ramp up, especially around the time you're about ready to make the choice, or, okay, we have enough, or, okay, we found the place. Let's get it going. You'll see it start to really ramp up right before you do move out. So let's just get some cards for Vicky, though, to see. I want to read the last part of your question again. So I have it right here. Any messages from True Spirit on what's going on with this? But yeah, that's definitely the main part of it. Yeah, because this is not currently the energy that's going on. Happy home, emotional fulfillment, everyone's cooperating and loving and supporting and respecting one another. That's not the vibe of this household. So what this tells me is with the 10 energy of the 10 of Cups, that this is a new beginning that you are going to get when you do take the leap and get the heck out of there. Of course, it might take time, which it obviously will take time to, find the right place and have the proper amount of money. And, if there's any kind of roommate situation or anything like that, figuring all that out. But yeah, housing crisis is like step 1. There's a lot going on. But look, I love this coming out is, help from the universe. Continue doing what you're doing with your just setting the positive intention at the right place at the right price in the right location will come about, where a place where you can thrive. But in the meantime, both of you almost just feel like locked in this devil energy. But the good part of the devil card is it's a very creative card. You can find creative solutions to kind of, make it through the issues you're currently in. But this also does show a lot of entity interference with the male energies in your house. It's not just them wanting to, hurt you or do this or that. This is, entity interference that's kind of working through these masculines in your household to really make both of you feel down on yourselves. But the good news with the devil also is, it's almost like that twin energy of the lovers card as well, the Gemini energy of the lovers, of being able to just lift these chains right off the neck. And, it sounds easier said than done, because if it was easy, you'd have been able to do it by now. I totally get that. But of course, sometimes when you feel so stuck in a situation, you keep telling yourself day after day, I'm stuck, I'm stuck, I'm stuck. And instead maybe start to rephrase that as I'm getting out of this. And then the next day, I'm out of this, or I'm finding ways to make the best of this situation because I'm out of this. I'm out of this. And, it sounds so, oh, well, I'm not out of it, but I'm sitting here telling myself I'm out of it. That's just insanity. But sometimes we have to word these things in our mind as not, I'm getting out of this, because it'll always be in the future and it'll never happen in the present. So it's about finding the balance between existing there, but also saving the funds, finding the place, the housing crisis, starting to elevate, or not elevate, but like if it is elevating, it's going to plateau or peak, and then it's going to start to come back down to be more affordable. And sometimes you might, in this housing crisis, you're going to have to figure, well, do we spend more money on a place just for our own peace of mind and our own like mental and physical well-being? Or do we just try to continue to save money and wait for this housing crisis to come back down to a normal, place and deal with the toxicity? So it's almost like you can at one point find, a place, but you might be house poor, but at least you're thriving because you're out of the situation. Or the opposite, to stay where you're at and emotionally be feeling drained and lethargic in that area, but be saving more money and waiting out that housing crisis. So it's kind of a balancing act of picking and choosing the lesser of the two evils for now. And let's get an outcome card, or just major words of advice for this question for Vicky. Yeah, speaking your truth. Again, setting intentions, that's a big thing with the King of Swords, is setting intentions, not just setting intentions and la-di-da walking away, but actually diligently and fervently working toward whatever intention you have set. Because it's like a spoiler alert. If you set that intention and then you're diligently taking action toward it, spoiler alert, it will come to fruition. Because it can't not come to fruition, because you are putting so much of your love, effort, time, attention, focus into it. It has no way not to become your reality eventually. But again, there's the human factor of experiencing this plane we call time that is like the butt kicker for us. So it's either working for us or against us a lot of the time. Again, it's how we're interpreting it. But even with time, we can bend, shape, and morph time for our benefit if we can, really become good at that. So a lot of times when I'm working on my book, it's like hours just fly by, and I'm getting a lot done, yes, but it's almost like I don't have enough time to work on what I want. But then there's other times where I'll set the intention that I'm going to get everything done I want to accomplish, and it's not going to take me that long. So it feels like I've been working for hours, but I look up and it's only 20 minutes on the clock. So you can even have time work for you rather than against you, by asking time to either speed up or slow down, or the just volatility of the housing crisis going on in your area, that it's coming to that solution or conclusion, and it's now going to start to come back down. We're still kind of on the precipice. I think it's about to start coming down in my area. I know I'm in a completely different country than you, but I just saw the King of Pentacles, so there might be some elevation, raise, promotion coming in. Or if it's not money coming in, it's money that's going down on these different apartments or places that you're wanting to move, to make things more affordable. And again, I do see this being able to happen by the end of the year. If you and Cheyenne are both diligently working toward that solution, I see it being able to happen, Vicky. So yay, let's hope. Let's send Vicky and Cheyenne all the positive vibes and love to get out of this just not so great situation, because it's very difficult to heal from the situation you're in when you're still in it and it's just not going anywhere. You know what I mean? So it's going to be hard to heal those father and more masculine wounds while you're still in the home, just feeling it all day, every day. And the fact that the masculine, it's not even just your father's energy, but the other brothers and stuff, feel like they can passive aggressively throw you around or tell you what to do or demand that you change your plans to go according to what they want. That is a complete and utter lack of disrespect for you and your sister. It's just, it's not okay. But, and I'm sure you guys have said, you know, no and whatever, but they just keep bumping into that boundary like it's their job, you know, and it's just not right. But I am wishing you nothing but the best to get out of there. And we all know you're going to be so much better off when you're out. This is the hard part right here, Vicky. You're in the hard part of being so close yet so far away to what you want. Like, you know what you want. It just feels so out of reach. But every day you're saving another dollar. You are, hopefully the housing crisis is coming down another dollar. Hopefully, and just setting those good intentions that even if the housing crisis is going on in one reality, that you kind of shift or morph to a reality where you just find the deal of the century on a great flat or apartment or wherever it is you're wanting to move. And it's what everything you could have wanted, and the price is right, and it feels good. So it's almost like you can use time to your advantage in that way as well, where there's just an anomaly in the time-space continuum where everything lines up and no one else gets in on this really good deal before you and Cheyenne do. It feels to me like it's destined to be, wherever it is you're going, feels very destined to be, and you're going to be so grateful and happy and just living your best lives when you're out of that, childhood home. Yeah, we are taking this more seriously and continuously doing manifestation rituals. Yeah. And I would say continue doing that. And of course, saving money, taking steps in the physical reality as well as the spiritual realm like you're doing. I think, again, you have no choice but to come out on top with that cycle closing out and a new one beginning. Yes, Wheel of Fortune. Yay, Vicky. Big hugs to you and Cheyenne. That cannot be easy energy at all. My heart really does go out to you. All right. Crazy Tempest. And we have your first question out. So, should I work with the Cancer sign to finish a few things? If either way, what will the benefit? Okay. So we'll get a card for if you should work with the Cancer sign to finish a few things. We've got two that want to come out for that. Or if you should just maybe not. We'll pull a card for that as well. Ooh, two want to come out for that. Okay. So should you work with the Cancer sign to finish a few things? Okay, so to me, it feels like your heart or their heart, one of the two, or maybe both of you, there's something off about the connection. It feels like one of your hearts just isn't quite in it, or there's a missed opportunity. But digging deep or really connecting to your true spirit can help you be able to work and finish or complete this thing with this Cancer sign to finish it out, to close out the cycle. But there might be, if you come to the conclusion, you're like, okay, yes, let's finish this up. An opportunity will be presented that isn't on your radar right now, because this is unseen as of right now. And again, they're a little difficult to see, but they're so fun. These cards are so fun. Let's see if this helps. I don't know. Maybe a little. Yeah, so there's an opportunity coming in. Maybe outside help besides you and Cancer to finish these things can benefit you. Maybe it's advice you're learning from someone or something like that. But also wisdom from your own spirit. Just asking your own intuition, hey, what is my best step here? What is my best path forward with this Cancer to finish these things up? But Leo energy, though, with the Strength card, this Leo energy also is very creative. Finding creative solutions to the issue is going to benefit you both. As far as just kind of deciding to kind of maybe not finish those things, we have the Three of Swords. So it would be heartbreaking, or you might be asking yourself, well, what if? And then Queen of Pentacles. So you might even lose out on some money if you don't finish these things, even if whatever it is you're trying to do here has nothing to do with money. I feel like somehow, some way it does, though, or, setting some sort of something in the material world you're creating or trying to accomplish or close out or finish. you might miss out on something if you just try to walk away now. So I would say with these two combinations, your best bet would be yes, go ahead and work with the Cancer to finish the things. If the Cancer isn't going to be forthcoming or they're dragging their feet, do the best you can. Dig down deep, find creative solutions, do the best you can, because there is an opportunity or some help coming in or something being offered to you that it's not on your radar yet. It doesn't have to deal with money. It just costs money. Okay, that's the money. That's the money situation. So it might even be that if money is what's holding you back, don't worry about the money. Worry about closing out of the energy, or if it's you walking away from the relationship. Spending the money to finish the thing, it's gonna take out the woulda, shoulda, couldas, or the what ifs out of the equation, is really what I see. Yeah, you're dragging your feet, having issues with finances. Okay, yeah. So I would say it probably would be, let's just see outcome of trying to finish this. If Crazy Tempest does try to finish this, what will be the outcome? So we had one fall. We also have Temperance, so finding your balance and really being able to utilize your spiritual abilities to make the most of what's going on. And also your hard work will pay off. So if you do try to finish these things out, I'm hearing to spend money to make money. So if that's the case, there's a payoff or a reward. If it's not financial, then at the very least, there's some sort of benefit to you coming as a result of trying to finish this out. So the outcome of following through and trying your best to accomplish what it is you're trying to set out to do is wish fulfillment after hard work, or just being able to enjoy the fruits of your labor is pretty much the crux of that card. And also finding more balanced energy, being able to trust yourself, trust your intuition as well. So I would say it is in your best interest to follow through and get this done, get this accomplished with the Cancer. And any other closing statements for this question? Crazy Tempest. Okay, so we have here Distorted Desire. It was in reverse, which is weird because I wasn't shuffling in reverse. So somehow weird. I don't know. It came out in reverse, so we'll take it as a reverse. So the upright of it says Distorted Desire. Conscious desire rarely satisfies the unconscious need driving it. So maybe even just deeply asking yourself, why is it I want to accomplish this or finish this? Or what is this? Why did I start this in the first place? Just kind of do some soul searching about why you even teamed up with this person to do this thing, or, what there is to benefit from it. Because deep down, I think there was a reason you brought together to do whatever this is that you're doing. And the number 15 here adds up to a 6, which is very temperance, balanced energy as well. So there's a nurturing element to this. If it's the completion or during, there's some sort of nurturing going on. If you're nurturing a desire as far as something that you've wanted to do or try or put out or create, it's going to be in your best interest that it is a desire from the heart. It's not just some half-hearted idea that was just for like clout or anything. To me, this feels like something deeper than that. I know why I just couldn't done nothing with everything. Okay, gotcha. Couldn't do anything with all the stuff going on. So I would say it would be in your interest to just make this a priority and do what you can, even if you've got a lot of other things going on, to close this out, finish this up. Yeah. So we have the number 42, which also adds up to a 6, and it's the Home card. May your body be where a harmonious balance, again with the balance, and then the number 42 adds up to the 6, which is balance, yet again. A harmonious balance of love, strength, and light and pleasure lives. So I don't know if this project or whatever it is you're doing with this person, you're doing it from home, but there's a lot of balance here to be, and even just feeling comfortable. So both of these cards do talk of comfort as well. This is more luxurious comfort. This is more just comfortable being at home, cozy kind of comfort. So I think the completion of this will make you feel this sense of comfort in your energy, or just completion coming for you. It feels good though. So I would say it's worth doing. And then we have an ace on the split here, and it fell to the ground. So I know it's definitely your yes, follow through with this. Because even if this other person doesn't quite pull their weight, or it doesn't completely come to the conclusion you were hoping or wanting, you're coming out on top, or, hard work is paying off in some way as a result of sticking to it. Yeah. And then we got sticking to it. I call this my Olympic athlete card. This person is close to the finish line. They're at the Olympics. Now, all they have to do is perform. All they have to do. Like, it's the easiest thing ever. But they've prepared for this. You've prepared for this. So show up, buck up, do it, and you're close to the finish line. And you just might win that gold medal with that 9 of Pentacles. You just might win the gold medal or accomplish whatever it is you've set out to do. All right, I hope that answered your first question. So go ahead and post the second question, Crazy Tempest, and we'll get right into it for you. And we're shuffling. That does. Oh, yay. Good. Awesome. So Jamie, if you can hear me, my dear, you can post your question as well, because we'll get into it right after Crazy Tempest. And then Brianna, you are on deck. And of course, you can post your question right after Jamie. So that is our current lineup. And those are the last. So we're on the last 3 questions right now. Of course, we're taking them one at a time. But yes, so anyone else looking to get their question answered today can always send a donation. Otherwise, I will be back on Wednesday. But of course, we're still also giving away a free reading at some point during the live stream. So stay tuned for that. Don't go away if you want to win. It's not too hard to win. It's not. So question 2. Okay, so. Okay, question 2. What can I do to help achieve my goal in my mentorship that I plan on doing in May? Okay, so let's find out for Crazy Tempest. What can Crazy Tempest do to help achieve the goal in May? The mentorship. Okay. Ooh. So we have here, yeah, you're definitely going to achieve it. So it's almost like as if you put in that effort, the blood, sweat, tears, the effort, the work, you're going to achieve your goal. You will achieve it. This is feeling an inspired idea, passion for something, a new beginning. Of course, you might have to be waiting till May to actually start this, if that's what it sounds like here. But it's like you're gearing up. Like you have ideas. This is like planning ahead. So having all of the things you will need for this mentorship, whether it's like the mind space or the head space to like get your head in the game, or if this is, you want to buy a binder and have a notebook to take special notes just for this to make it really feel like its own thing, its own special, almost like you're taking a course or, taking a subject in school or college, making it special, not just treating it like, oh, I got to do this, dragging your feet, but like feeling excited. I mean, this is something that feels to me like you are excited. If you're not excited now, you will be. And it's 12:12 on my clock. So I don't know if that number means anything. You've been seeing a lot of 12s. I just saw it, so I thought I'd announce that to you. It is a new beginning, but different aspect that I can do during the day. Been wanting it for years. Okay, so I think that's where your passion comes in. And this might just be something you can, again, with like I always call her the entrepreneur. This is like the entrepreneurial queen. This is someone who's like a jack of all trades. She can have her own business. She can make her own dinner. She can birth her own children. Like she's like a well-oiled creative machine. So this is your energy you're coming into this with. This is amazing. I mean, there's nothing I see as any red flag. As long as you're putting in the work, doing the thing, it just might be that you are, unsure maybe how to take certain steps. But that is the thing in this mentorship. If you're unsure of, well, how, I know I want to do this one thing, but how do I go about it? Well, that mentor is going to help you figure out the how to go about it, because you already know the what and the why. So the mentor will help fill in the blanks of the how. And that's going to take some pressure or load off of you. You're going to feel supported in a way that maybe you haven't the whole many years that you've been wanting to do this. You haven't felt that support or that stability because you weren't quite sure of the how. You knew the what and the why, but you didn't know the how. Well, this mentorship is going to bring in the how for you. Hey, Jamie, you can go ahead and post your question because we're on Crazy Tempest's second question, and then you're next, Jamie. So you can post your question, and then we'll get into it when we're finished here. But yeah, what can Crazy Tempest do to achieve the goal? Yeah. Okay. So leading up to May, this is about not taking on any other commitments. Of course, if you have a day job and you have, people that are relying on you to show up in any capacity, of course you can't just leave those people hanging, right? We have to, create the space in our life to, especially if this is something that you're going to have to devote an amount of time every week or day or month or whatever it is. I don't know how consistent you have to be with the mentorship thing, but setting aside time for this to make it a priority, to allow some of the current burdens or to close out those projects or commitments or things that you have going on now. Kind of, similar example to what I'm doing. I can't film 3 pick a cards a week and do my writing and do my live stream. Something's got to give if I want to get back into my writing. So I am cutting my not my live stream. I'm keeping you guys going. I'm cutting back my pick a cards from 3 pick a cards a week that I was doing consistently through, I want to say around April, and cutting back to just doing 1 a week. So you can still do all the things. It's just you're gonna have to maybe pick and choose and nickel and dime that time, that effort, the energy, and invest it into the mentorship, making it a main pedestal priority for yourself. And of course, setting aside also emotional time for you to process what you're learning. We've got 2 queens here, but this is again with intuition, with emotion, with feeling. And maybe even letting people in your life know, hey, from May through whatever time you're finished with the mentorship, I'm going to be really busy focused on this one thing. And you don't have to like tell your life story to everybody, but sometimes just explaining to friends or family that, hey, I'm going to be busy. So like, I'll reach out to you, or, you can check in or whatever, but I may not be able to still go to lunch with you every week or, come visit you or whatever it is. Just letting people know, touch base with people, but I feel like this is going to be very emotionally fulfilling for you and really help you tune into your intuition. Oh, it's a long mentorship for the first year is harsh. Okay. But, that doesn't mean you have to drop everybody from your life and become a complete hermit while you're just laser focused on this mentorship. No, life still carries on and continues, obviously. So, but it's about still making those little times for the people that mean something to you and still doing the things that feel joyful and still taking a break because you're not going to grind. Why not? That's the dream, right? Right? I know hermit vibes is totally the dream for me as well. But let's see. Any words of advice for achieving this goal of the mentorship? Anything else crazy Tempest needs to know over this year, first year specifically? Yeah, literally setting intentions. This King of Swords wants to keep coming out for everybody who's got questions about, making the best of their situation. So this is about setting those intentions, sticking to your guns, communicating very clearly to the people in your life and even to yourself what it is you're capable of and what it is you're doing and how much time it's going to take. And I would even say, if you think it's going to take 30 hours of the month, double that. Devote 60 hours of your month, because any home renovator or project person knows that you might budget for this much money or time, but it's always usually double. And I'm the type of person, and I feel the same vibe with you, is you feel like you want to do all the things and they all equally excite you, but you only have 24 hours in a day. But hey, that's where we come full circle from Cheyenne's reading or Vicky's reading about being able to stretch time, make it work for you rather than feeling like it's working against you. Yeah. And being able, again, setting the priority of, okay, for the week, I got this many hours I want, or these things I'm setting goals on with my mentorship stuff. And then, just really being very systematic about your schedule, but leaving enough wiggle room that if you have a headache or you don't feel good or you just downright feel just like you don't want to do anything, schedule those types of times into your schedule as well. Or at least leave breathing room between tasks, that you're not from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. just packed solid day after day, week after week. No one can do that. We all think we can when we're setting our little goals and everything, me included. I have done that and probably will continue to do that in the future, but I try to be very conscious of the fact that I have an average of about 17 days of headaches or developed into migraines every month. So I know I can't just be at full capacity, full speed ahead, go, go, go every single day. I need time to take care of my headache or my family, or just do something fun for myself, So leaving time in your schedule for those things as well. So almost making that wiggle room or breathing room, also priority within your schedule, can really benefit. All right, let's get one more of these and then we'll get we'll get two. We'll get two. Oh, I love it. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Don't forget the self-love. Don't forget to take care of yourself, not just physically, but also your mental health. If you're feeling very mentally overwhelmed, just take a breath, take a step back, relax, do something that's more enjoyable and low key. Not something that needs your mental focus, but something you kind of mentally check out on, like going for a walk in nature. That's, whatever equal to that resonates with you. Do that thing when you're feeling overwhelmed mentally or emotionally or physically. But yeah, taking care of yourself. Don't drop the ball on yourself. And we also have judgment. So it almost to me feels like there's going to be some sort of spiritual level up that is going on as a result of you doing this mentorship, or you're just feeling that deeper connection to your true spirit, your true essence. You're feeling more capable, more sovereign, more free to be the person you want to be, rather than feel like you have to fit into a system or a box to be like what society wants you to be, or your parents want you to be, or your friends, or your whoever wants you to be. You're being more authentic to your true spirit as a result of this internship. And it feels like there's definitely a completion here. You're going to be able to complete it and feel really proud of yourself for all the work and effort and just learning and growth that you've done over the course of this whole mentorship. So, I mean, yeah, we're going to leave those out just in case we need to refer to them, but get a couple of, make sure we're shuffling upright this time. It's something I have a natural passion and gift for. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier. But at the same time, sometimes we can be double hard on ourselves if it's something we are passionate or really driven to do. And if we kind of fall just even a little bit short, we can be even harder on ourselves because it is something we're so talented or good at or passion for or have a passion for. We can almost doubly beat up on ourselves if it's something that does come maybe more passionate or easy to us than if it isn't, so be careful or mindful of that, and take every step of progress as a win, even if it's a baby step, every step of the way. Strength of vulnerability. So it's going to get you to be more vulnerable or really tune more into your emotional side with that Ace of Cups and of course the Queen of Cups as well. So you're going to really have to do some soul searching. So I don't know if this mentor situation is going to have you do a lot of journaling or kind of introspection, deep diving into, well, why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? How does this feel? How does that feel? To me, it feels like there's an element of that. If there aren't like actual workbooks you're filling out or journal entries or prompts that you're doing, it's almost like you're just doing them anyway, like in your own mind. You're kind of just checking in with yourself if this isn't something that's officially part of the mentorship. We also have radical curiosity, which is amazing. This is what we want when we're taking that leap into something that we've wanted to do. That's exactly what we want. Yes, we also have the unknown with the number 5, so big changes, but it says knowing the unknown. So you are getting kind of keys of wisdom to the unknown knowledge of yourself or whatever it is you're learning in this mentorship. You're learning a lot because the unknown is now becoming known to you. So it's definitely it's going to be worth every bit of this. And with that number 4 on the vulnerability card, this is about building a solid emotional foundation for the rest of your life. Even if the mentorship itself has nothing to do with your emotional well-being, somehow along the way, it's either teaching you or you're learning or growing in an emotional way. There is something along those lines, but it's expected to do on our own. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's not like you have to turn it in for like credit or anything. Yeah. And I would highly recommend, because there have been courses and stuff that I've taken where they have all these journal things. I'm like, oh, I don't need to do that. I already know, like deep down, I know. And I've brushed over it. But then when I, like specifically the HB90 course, which technically it's a productivity course. So if you're looking for a way to learn how to delegate your different tasks or find out how much time you have for tasks, take the HB90 course. But the second time that I actually showed up and did it every step of the way, I got a lot more benefit by actually filling out the things. Even though I didn't have to turn them in and I didn't get credit for them, I got credit for them by actually doing them. So I would say do them. If they're offered to you, do them, because you can only benefit. It's not going to take anything from you to do the journal prompts or to answer the questions, because they really are meant for you to discover deeper things about yourself. Oh, Jamie will be back. Yeah, go ahead and read mine without me. Okay, I'll definitely timestamp though, Jamie, so you don't have to worry about like missing out. So I'll timestamp it and you won't have to go searching for it or anything. That works for me, Jamie. I feel like I need one more. Just anything else to close out the reading for Crazy Tempest. Ooh, well, this one came off the bottom of the deck. Communication, but I think this is mostly, of course, obviously communicating with the mentor and the whole thing that you're in, having an open dialogue of communication, open lines of communication, but also like we were saying with the journal prompts, don't skip those. Communicate deeply and openly with yourself, showing vulnerability, because of course, especially if no one's seeing this, it's just you. There's no reason not to really tune in, dive in, and be open. And then we have the number 10 here. So it's almost like it's creating better ways of communicating for you by communicating deeply with yourself through this program or mentorship. And then we have gentleness. So also be gentle with yourself. That falls in alignment with that Ace of Cups of self-love. So be gentle with yourself as you go through this. We also have the number 7. So again, you may need times of kind of hermit mode, but again, open communication with those you love or that expect to hear from you from time to time to tell them, hey, I need some time. I'm very busy with this. I need to take care of that and this and that. And they will totally understand. But be gentle with yourself. And also even checking in with yourself that, hey, I can't keep grinding. I need a time out. And being very open and honest with yourself about when you do need to step back, when you do need to take a time out. And that is going to lead to success. Because if you just try to gung-ho, bulldozer through this and just show up every single minute of every single day, you will burn out. And we don't want that. We want you to succeed just with that sense of pride and happiness intact rather than feeling like you're wrung out and ready to just pass out when you're finished. You know what I mean? You want a strong finish. That's what I'm seeing here. By taking care of yourself along the way, it's a marathon, not a sprint kind of vibe. Yeah. You got this, Crazy Tempest. We're all rooting for you. Very, very exciting stuff. I can definitely tell you're passionate about it. Yeah, no, I burn out a lot from that line, right? Yeah, I'm getting chills on the crown now too. So you do have a lot of spiritual support around you. If you want to, tap in and vibe with that, you always have the opportunity to do that. All right. So Brianna, we are going to go to your question because Jamie has to step out for a moment. And hopefully Brianna is here so we can do that. Yes, you're so welcome. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Thanks again for your lovely donation. Always happy to help in any way I can. All right, so Brianna and Jamie are our remaining, and we have a giveaway as well. So Brianna says, a year ago today, I had just hit rock bottom. I was so broken, and all I could ask you for was guidance. Now that I have done a complete 180, yay! I'm confident and excited to ask the same. Guidance, please. Yay! Yes, Queen. Let's figure this out. Our wonderful Brianna. And of course, Mama Monica stepping on in. It's like, she's funny because she's like, you wore that shirt just for me. Her favorite color. And I did not plan that, but there it is. I love it. All right. Guidance for the lovely Brianna. What does she need to know? Yeah. So it's very interesting because, yes, you are like 180 degrees, light years beyond where you were feeling broken and bruised and damaged and tattered and torn a year ago. But there's still some undecision or just stuff that you don't quite see yet. And I see this as good stuff. I'm getting a clarifier on it just to see what realm or area of life this is indicating where good surprises are still afoot. Okay. Could be with your friend circles or network circles, people you're vibing with, be them friends, family, people involved in, your business type stuff or your yoga stuff. This is like gatherings, get-togethers, soul sister vibes, tribes, networking circles. Yeah, this is totally what this is. And even if you don't feel like you have everyone that you want, or if you're still kind of trying to dip your toe in like social media thing, or, trying to vibe or network or connect with people, this is letting you know that this is definitely going to be opening up even more over this next year. Of course, as long as you're taking action in that direction, or speaking it out to the universe or to your true spirit, or, just being open, closing down any heart walls and removing those heart walls around seeking those fulfilling connections that can allow them to then now come in. So if you're still feeling like you're lacking or missing out on that in any way, just know over this next year, they will be pouring in. You will have at least 2 very close people that support you. They know like the ins and outs of things. Of course, sharing only what you feel is necessary. You don't just share, how much you're making or, all the dirty details of everything. You don't, using your discernment, sharing what you want. But you're going to have two very supportive people if you don't have them already. Yeah. And then new opportunity to start something new or to really expand on something you've already started over this next year. This to me just really does feel like a new year reading, almost like it's like a new year, new you kind of vibe. But yeah, Page of Pentacles. And to me, this does feel like something that's already on your radar. Maybe something you're about to complete. Like if this is your yoga stuff, then I would say absolutely this is talking about that, because yoga itself is very physical, something you literally physically do. Could be that, or some other endeavor or project on your heart. What else does Brianna need to know? Guidance, please. Yeah. It's like you're leaving that old version of you behind. I want to get a clarifier on specifically what this death energy is talking about before we move to the oracle. Yeah. So it could be having to do with, 8/8, it is your New Year's Day. Oh, yes. And we're still in that energy of 8/8. It's usually 3 days before, 3 days after kind of vibe with any kind of alignment like that. But this death energy is having to do with you figuring out or knowing where to invest your time, your money, your effort, your business ideas, whatever this is. That's where that death energy this past year has come in to give you that clarity. Even though there's still some unknowns here, we're getting some clarification that there is support, there is networking, there's help. And I'm hearing that line on the movie Mrs. Doubtfire when the guy is choking and she's like, help is on the way. Well, she, you know what I'm saying, Mrs. Doubtfire. Help is on the way. So I'm getting chills now too. So I don't know if that movie means something to you, or maybe just watching that movie will get you some downloads or information. Man, oh man, I just said that I feel like my old self died. I can't stomach the same foods. I am completely sober from alcohol. I feel like I didn't, literally, yes. And it's almost like your own spirit showed up as like that Mrs. Doubtfire, like help is on the way. Like, yes, part of you did die, but the parts of you that were strong and like fertile for this new growth have survived. And that is what's carrying you forward. All right, let's get an oracle card. I still have chills this whole time. It feels so good though. I like it. What else does Brianna need to know for guidance? All right, so we have wisdom in play. So again, kind of what we were talking about in someone else's reading when this card came out. There is wisdom in just also playing, giving yourself time to just be and create and really indulge that inner child. But also your inner wisdom is at play right now in your life. Number 3, so being very creative with your time, your effort, your energy at this time. And it says our intuition knows more than we do. So again, trusting, listening to, and following your intuition is going to pay off majorly for you. I just feel like we need one more. We're going to do this little bunny deck. I don't know why. I haven't used this yet today or even in a few weeks, but it's here and we're going for it. Anything else Brianna needs to know? Guidance here. Huge mental release. It's like I released a huge mental parasite. There we go. Yep. Yes. Oh, wow. We have Canyon and Earth. Okay, so remind me, did you take a trip? Was it Sedona? I want to say it was the Grand Canyon. I don't know. But very interesting. To me, it feels like it may have been a little over a year ago or around a year ago for you. You went on some trip. 28th birthday. And we have the number 12 here. And it's 12:33 on my clock right now. So it's almost like you're coming full circle. Or there's a full 2 years ago. Yeah, it's been a minute. Like full circle moment from like that time. Like you're closing out a cycle. Now it's 1, 2, 3, 4 on my clock. It just turned. I just saw it as it turned. So it's like you're taking progression. So you're closing out the cycle that started for you 2 years ago, or a version of you that existed 2 years ago is now leveling up. And then the number 22 with Earth. So, wow, big shifts and changes. You're literally creating waves in the physical reality with the Earth card. And of course, your connection to the Earth has strengthened in those 2 years as well. Wow, powerful. I love that. I hope that resonated. This was so fun. But yeah, you've definitely become a greater version of yourself. It's beautiful. Awe from dreams to boots on the ground. I love it. Yes, definitely. Literally, boots on the physical earth. That is what you have done here. You have manifested from that death energy, you've allowed those old parts of you to die away and act as the fertilizer from which this new version of you is growing. And it's very beautiful. It doesn't always feel and look beautiful on the outside, but on the inside, oh, it is so beautiful. And you're doing it. And you're creating your tribe. You're finding your soul sisters, soul brothers along the way. It's beautiful. Oh, I love it. So cool. Thanks again for your donation, Brianna. It's always a pleasure to read for you. And Mama Monica gives the best tingles, let me just say. She's amazing. Oh, you're so welcome, my dear. I am proud of you as well. You are proud of you. Well, I am also proud of you. And of course, goes without saying, but we'll say it anyway. Mama Monica is proud of you. She is the sweetest. I found the gift of yoga while in rock bottom. Yeah, sometimes those rock bottoms really do lead us to a new true path, or help us tune into the truth of who we are on a deeper level. And I think yoga, being a part of your soul in some, or spirit in some capacity, that happened for you when you hit that rock bottom. You literally hit the earth with, the little bunny card there. I love that. You made the best of it, though. You planted seeds while you were at rock bottom, Brianna. Not everyone does that. So, yes, you did it. I love it. All right, Jamie, we are going to a commercial here in about 32 seconds. You absolutely are an Earth Angel. Yes, absolutely. And Jamie, I think, is still away. So we're going to get into Florence's question. It appears that Florence has donated in the interim of me checking. So let's tune in. Yes, Florence has donated for a full read. Let's just dive right in. Look, you just showed up right on time, Florence. I love it. And then Jamie, we will round out with you unless we get any other donations in the meantime. Okay, so Florence wants to know, could I get a reading on romance? I recently met a guy called Nikolai and would like to get some insight. Yes, let's do it. Okay. Tuning into Florence and Nikolai's energy. And, ooh. Well, hello there. You can't make that up, and I hope you saw it fly off the shelf here. It flew off this shelf right here, landed, boom, there we go. The lovers. Yes, this was meant to be. This was destined. We have the lovers here. So there's the choice. Do we become a couple? What does this mean? But this person, Nikolai, coming into your life was a life-changing event. I'm feeling like it's for the better, but let's get some additional guidance. Reading on romance. Yeah, Page of Swords. Open new lines of communication. So to me, it does feel like this person, maybe most of the communication you do is either like through text messages or online. So correct me if this person is at a distance or not. They do feel maybe at a distance physically, not so much communicative or mentally or emotionally, but if there is, like, if this person lives in a different state or province or town or city or country or whatever. But it feels to me like most of the communication you do is through some sort of, device or online. Could even be physical letters, but a lot of people don't really do that anymore. Anything else for Florence on the romance? Ooh, the Hermit and the Justice. Okay, very interesting. So it's going at from you kind of being in your own energy, that Hermit energy, really focused on yourself, leveling yourself up, being open to love, but it not quite coming in, to now, boom, there it is. And then finding a balance between just your Hermit vibes and, the fact that you've been single for a minute. And now this lover's energy comes in, and now finding the balance between being in this kind of romantic relationship or, whatever it is, just if you're not like official yet, just the like opportunity for it to become deeper, more romantic over time, and finding the balance between your energy and Nikolai's energy. But when this comes in, this feels good because this shows there's not a lot of codependence, which that's a good thing. We don't want to be codependent. We want to be interdependent. So we're each independent in and of ourselves and our own energy, but we complement the other person's energy. So when he falls, you can pick him up. When you fall, he can pick you up, but it's not a burden. It's not codependent, which is a great way to start a relationship. So you're already starting out on a great level. Yes. Oh, he's going through an intense time, and I'm not sure if I want this relationship. Okay. So with that being said, with the Hermit coming out, because that energy's still there, and that's telling me you're still debating, is this something I do want? to me, it feels like if you do dive in, it will level out. But with that codependency thing that was coming out, it would be not to allow it to get there, to make sure you're both maintaining your own independence. No, if he wants, let's see, I'm going through an intense, he is going through an intense time, and I'm not sure if, if he wants this relationship. Gotcha. Yeah. So again, could be just interdependence rather than the codependence, and just making sure that is remaining in balance. And then joy, may you pursue what lights you up. So if you're feeling this is a connection you want to pursue, of course, pursue it. Trust your intuition, your heart regarding this relationship. But if he wants it, let's see what his intentions are. So those there. I'm actually going to go to the after tarot. I'm being called to go to the after tarot. All right. What are Nikolai's intentions if he wants this relationship or not? Okay. So we had quite a stack fall, but I think they're all relevant. We have the Star, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Cups embracing, and the Three of Pentacles. There's nothing here to say he wants to just remain apart. Distance-wise, maybe you are. Let me see. Yeah, we're not living in the same place. Yeah, that makes sense. But he wants to take it from just standing in front of each other, looking at each other, to embrace. So that to me shows progression in a relationship. Then we have the Three of Pentacles, which is working together to create something. In this case, it'd be a relationship or a commitment. Then we have the Knight of Wands. This is passion, desire, drive to make this a thing, not dropping the ball. There's still forward momentum in your direction from him because we're tuning into his intentions here. And then we have the Star, which she's completely in her happy place, you know? So if he is going through an intense time, I get it. I don't see that it'll last long, or if you kind of just want to tread water in the romantic front until he's over this intense time, that might be your best advice here. But with the Knight of Wands coming out with his energy, it may not take him long to get over whatever this major intense time is going on with him. So I guess just kind of play it by ear because you know the situation better than I'm trying to convey here. And that would benefit you to just, you don't have to rush into anything. You can just kind of feel in his energy, let him know you're there, feel into his energy, see what's going on. But again, not going into codependence, but just sometimes tuning into your own energy is going to benefit you to keep it from becoming codependent and just being interdependent. Hello. Oh, okay. Okay. Can you go hang out with the dog for a minute? And I will deal with him when I'm done. He's spraying his brother with the hose. Not him, but the other brother. In a minute. Let me finish this part of the reading, and then we're going to do Jamie's reading. Okay, so I want to do one of these. And so we had the interruption, and I always take what's going on in my physical reality while I'm doing the readings as part of your reading as well. So the fact we had a physical interruption, there might just be a lapse or a physical interruption in the connection. But again, it may just be an interruption, or, you know, if this intense time is kind of acting as the interruption in the connection, that being kind of sorted out or ironed out or figured out on his end could then open him up to be able to, you know, be ready for a deeper commitment with you. But let's just see the outcome of this romantic connection or just the unsureness of it. The best of you and decluttering. So again, with this Hermit energy, this is just continuing to really work on yourself and, of course, whatever he's got going on, showing up with the best of himself as well in the connection, but also just decluttering the energy around you and him working the intense situation he's going through. We also had these cards fall: intention, create and progress, and then prioritize reflection. You know, and what better card to prioritize reflection with than the Hermit? This is internal reflection. So he might just be doing some internal reflection of his own. But that being said, it might take him a minute to get over, you know, not too long though, I don't think, because that Knight of Wands is pretty quick moving energy. But there's kind of two ways to go about this. This would be to pull your energy back just for a moment and really assess, you know, do I want to get into this? Is it going to become codependent because he's got so much going on? Or can we just kind of be friends until he's kind of done with whatever intense situation he's going through? And then look at it in the future, or just kind of go back to really really focusing on yourself, because the Hermit did come out in the relationship reading. And the Lovers came out, which is about making a choice. Do I remain single and still kind of remain that in that connection with him, but it's not really official, and kind of wait out what's going on with him? Or do we just try to make this a thing? So that's going to be up to you and your intuition to really decipher your path forward in this. But either way you go, you're still focusing on what is in your best interest from your spirit. Okay, so I hope that resonated, Florence. So it's definitely going to be up to you what you want to do with the connection. But as far as his energy, I don't see that he's pulling his energy back and like never coming back. I don't see that he's going anywhere. As far as I see, he's definitely got that interest in you. We also have accept. Just a second. May you receive what is as it comes. Yeah. So it's almost like this is what it is. You just kind of accept that, okay, maybe we're just not in alignment right now because he's got this intense thing. But at the same time, I've been focusing on myself for a minute, and I can still do that and still maybe reach out to him once in a while, and he's reaching out to me once in a while. And then when he's done going through his ish, whatever it is, we can come back and see if this is still a spark, which I think it probably will be, because there's a lot of, connection and romantic energy in these 4 cards here. And that's his intention toward you. So yeah, definitely. So trust your intuition, what feels good to do now and in the future. And at any point it changes or shifts, just go with it. Yeah, because your intuition already knows, Florence. You already know on a deeper level what it is you want and if he's in alignment with that or not. But if he's not in alignment with it right now, doesn't mean he can't be in the future. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I don't want you to hold yourself back if another connection does come in. But yeah, doing what's best for you is of utmost importance in this connection. Yes, you're so welcome, Florence. It's always a pleasure to read for you. Thanks again for your donation. All right, so Jamie is here now, so we're going to jump into her question. And of course, it's almost like Mr. Wrigley here had radar that it was going to be your turn, because he came in right before, kind of during Florence's question when I was sort of on the wrap up. And we're diving into your question now. So let me take a quick drink of water and go back up to your question. Okay. Can you both go watch something together that you both agree on? I'll be done in less than 15 minutes, probably 20 minutes at the most. I don't think I have any other donations. Let me double check. So Jamie, her question. Okay, just gonna ask for a general from my spirit team. Okay, easy enough. Okay, so my kids are kind of one tattling on the other. One sprayed the other one with the hose, and the other one, well, Boston sprayed Wrigley with the hose. Wrigley came up to tattle. Then he just came up to tattle that Boston was on his phone when he wasn't supposed to be. So I said, okay, compromise. You both watch something together. I will finish up here. We will hang out and go get your lunch done when I'm finished. So what does Jamie need to know? Ooh, we already got some energy coming in. Ooh, 2 of Wands and 5 of Swords. So if there is any kind of energy out of alignment, fighting, bickering, disagreements, doesn't feel major. It just feels like, par for the course, motherhood day after day kind of thing. But plans. So, I don't know that your boys are probably of the age where they're in disagreements or fighting or anything like that. But sometimes making a plan to keep the kids busy, mentally stimulated, can kind of combat some of that kind of bored energy where then they want to do whatever. And not just the kids, but the adults in your life as well. So if everybody's busy and entertained and everything, things seem to go a lot more smooth. Or if there has been some rough patches, disagreements, just kind of walking on eggshell, eye-rolling kind of energy, sometimes just making a plan to get out and do something different can shake up that energy and allow it to process or move on. Loved how your son waved in the background. Yeah, he's funny. He waved. Oh, I didn't even see him do that. That's so funny. But that's saying, that's part of the message here is like, bye. Any animosity, any just kind of negatory. That's what I like to call it. The energy that's negative and it feels like it's just on loop in a purgatory, a negatory. I just make up my own stuff. That kind of negatory is, especially if it's cyclical or it keeps coming back around, back around, back around. Like, I thought we dealt with this. I just saw the Seven of Pentacles on the back of the deck. So there's element of patience in dealing with, anything that just feels, and again, this could be something like, Mickey's dad being there and just wanting to get out of that kind of negatory environment. Not that it's overly negative, I don't think all the time, but, just sometimes wanting something different than what's going on can just start that resentment building, even if things aren't horrible, they're still not the way you want them. You know what I mean? Yeah, trying to be less negative, Mickey and I. Yeah. Okay. And we also have, new beginning, new way forward, new opportunity. To me, this feels like, yes, it's part of the message we were already getting, but there's also another message. So new opportunity. Again, this might have to do with your tie-dye and just finding a new place to advertise or get the word out, or just something new you're focusing on that feels like you're busy. I see like meal planning or meal prep. I don't know if that's something you're into doing as far as like planning ahead, because we do have that plan. Ooh, yeah, that's right. So I don't know if you're wanting to get into meal plan or prep to kind of not when babies are hungry and screaming, then try to figure out what to have for dinner or, make for lunch or whatever it is. Sometimes planning ahead with the meals and having them ready and well prepared can just kind of alleviate that stress or bring that stress level down when everybody's ready to, because like earlier I'm trying to get ready for my live stream and Boston's asking me this, Wrigley's asking me that. And I'm just like, okay, everybody. And the dog's barking. I'm like, okay, what do you want? Okay, you want this? Okay, what do you want? Okay, Arthur, quit doing that. Let's put you in the crate so I can deal. So sometimes it just might be just too much going on all at once for mom, mom energy, mom vibes. We all get it. Amber! Speaking of moms, Amber's here. She's a mom too. And I have a feeling, Amber, because you came in right now, I have a feeling Jamie's reading could also really resonate with you. So it's like piggybacking energies. Yeah. Jamie also, yeah. So your hard work is paying off. So whatever it is you're investing in, trying to simplify or streamline or multitask, make processes easier by planning ahead. A lot of times you can kind of plan for success. Failure to plan, you plan to fail kind of vibe. Look at that. Yeah, there's that. Yeah, you might get something out of those. Yeah, look. See, Jamie was tuning into it right as I was. I love that. See, all on the same wavelength. We're all on the same vibe. We get it. Yeah, but your hard work will pay off, especially if you're planning ahead with something or just, I don't know if your older one is in preschool or anything like that, where you kind of have to have a schedule and you're getting that one out the door. And of course you got the baby, so you got to bring him along. I mean, that takes planning. That takes a little bit of preparedness, even if it's just kind of lining out the clothes the night before or, waking up early enough to get all the things. Yeah. Yeah. And then the Judgment card. So there is an up level or a leveling up coming from this energy that you're currently going through. Anything that felt difficult or, we're saying in that really deep, profound collective reading about the, what part of it was I tuning into? The, oh gosh, I just had it and then it flew out my window. Something I said in the collective, I was going to reiterate here and it just, boom. It was there. Rising from the ashes of our old something. No, that wasn't it. Why did it just leave? Maybe that's just asking you to go back and watch our collective, because you might get little new nuggets as a result of whatever we have unlocked in this reading. But it had to do with like leveling up or just like answering the call, showing up in a new way. It's gone. But I think you get the gist of it. Let's see if any of these cards can jog my memory before we go. I'm multitasking every day. I get exhausted by noon already, and the night is crazy with dreams. Oh my gosh, Amber. Yeah, it's like you're doing double duty. You're busy all day, and then your dreams are busy all night. That can be difficult. Spirit self, be who you are as you are. Okay, yeah. We were tuning in the collective about, leveling up, but tuning into that true spirit part of us. I don't think that's exactly what I was trying to say, but that was part of our collective reading with the kind of, I don't even remember now if this even came out in our collective. I want to say it did, or maybe it was a high priestess. I can't remember, but the energies or the vibe of what's trying to come through feels very similar, Jamie. But yeah, finding new ways to show up for yourself and your family and, right? Because it's not just one thing we can, especially as moms, can sit and focus for hours and days on end and be content. I mean, there's so much of our energy being pulled in different directions. And a lot of times we need to make sure we're also prioritizing some of that energy, effort, attention, time, love, affection to ourselves as well. But yeah, be who you are as you are. If you're a frazzled mess like I am most of the time, be that in the moment and allow it to pass. And then when you're feeling more joyful and vibrant and ready to do your hair and makeup, then do that. It's not about perfection. It's just about being authentic and true to who you are in any moment. All right. Talking about level up, I got the Ace of Wands for myself from Lightseer's Tarot deck. And that one has the third eye lit up. Yes, I love that Ace of Wands. That's a fun card. I get so many different messages from that Ace of Wands than just the normal Ace of Wands energy. It's such a good card. Love it, Jamie. Yay, I'm so glad. Well, now that we're all still here, let's do the giveaway. Yeah, that was dumb. Okay, let's do the giveaway. Okay, for those of you that have already done this and been here, done that, you know the drill. But for those of you that are possibly waiting in the wings that don't know what's going on, what I'm going to do is shuffle this deck until one card either flies out or I grab it. And then you have to use your intuition or guess or whatever. What is that card? You can guess or intuit as many times as you want, but whoever guesses or intuits whatever the card is wins the free reading. So what is it going to be? And you can start rapid fire shouting out. You can guess as many times as you want. Start now. Just start putting out tarot cards now. And here it is. Okay. So if we go a while and no one's really getting it, I will narrow it down by saying it's a wand or, a major arcana or whatever. So let's see if we get it. Guessing game. Let it begin. Yes. Let's see. I was actually wondering about my visions, whether I have any juice left in me or lost it, and got the Ace of Wands. Well, you definitely got it. You still got it. All right. So I'm not seeing it yet. I don't even think anyone's guessed even in the suit or near the suit. So yes, it's a suit, meaning a pentacle, air, sword, wand, or cup. So it's a suit. It's a suit card with a number in front of it, so it's not a court card. Now we're seeing some pentacles come and join the party. We haven't seen any of those yet. Keep guessing, keep guessing. Oh gosh, it's all going so fast. I don't know how people deal with this level of activity in their chat. I would die. Okay, Jamie won the Four of Pentacles. Oh, yes, Jamie. So Jamie has won a reading. Yes, and hopefully I didn't skip anybody who actually won. But if that's the case, I'm going to scroll back up just to make sure no one else had guessed that. Because you'd both win in that case. So, because of my malfeasance. It was just going so fast, though, for a second. I was like, wait, what if someone guessed it? Then I saw Jamie put a Four of Pentacles. So, yeah. I think that was the only guess for Pentacles. So we're going to go with Jamie. All right. So Jamie has won the giveaway, the free reading, which of course we're going to start with. So you won on Wednesday and you won today. So the reading we did for you on Wednesday is already coming up with some money, or at least some abundance coming your way. You hijacked her. So awesome, right? Well, okay, well, would you mind if I used it next time? No, absolutely not. We will just consider you like a holdover, kind of like we did when you donated and then I wasn't live that Friday because I had to go out of town, and then we picked you up the next time you saw we were live. But we'll do that. If you want to do that, we can hold it over. No worries. Yeah, let me know if that's what you want to do for sure. And yeah, we can do it. Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go deal with my unruly children, make them some lunch. We're going to go back to the fair tonight to get Boston's caricature drawn. So we have a matched set. I kept asking him, I'm like, are you sure you don't want to do it? And it was only like, yeah, $35 is a lot of money to me anyway. But for someone to draw this cute little caricature of my little Wrigley, well worth it because I want to frame it and put on my wall, but I don't want to just frame it and put on my wall of Wrigley. I also want one of Boston. So we're going back today to do that for Boston. And when I get them all hung up, I think it'll be fun to see them both on there. Yeah. So I'm gonna write down that Jamie is a holdover for a 1-card read on Wednesday. And if for some reason I forget Jamie, please don't hesitate to remind me that you won the free reading and that we did not do the free reading, and we will do it when you remind me. But I'm gonna make a big star here, Jamie holdover, and I will know what that means on Wednesday. Alrighty. Yeah, missed out. We did some chit chat at the beginning, and then finally got into the collective reading, and then we did our normal spiel. But this was fun. I love you guys. We have an ad coming in 10 seconds, so I'm just gonna let you go before the ad comes. Thanks again so much for those likes, comments, shares, subscribes, donations, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see each and every one of you right back here at Harmony Portal Tarot Live. And the ad has hit, but hopefully you can see this outro. I love each and every one of you and hope you have a fabulous weekend. And I will see you on Wednesday. And yeah, if you missed the collective, it was very potent and powerful. Please go check it out if you feel so inclined at the beginning part of the chit chat. And then we get into the collective. Very powerful and potent. So check it out. Oh, your hubby will be traveling soon so we can meet for that recording. Yes. Yes. Let me know when that works for you. My kids go back to school on the 28th or 9th, whatever day, Monday that is. Monday of that week, I do believe. Let me look. Before we go, let me look. Yeah, I think they go back either the 28th or 29th, Monday or Tuesday, one of those. I'll know soon, though, when that is. And my work weeks, I can be flexible because I'm kind of just setting a new schedule for myself. So let me know at least 1 or 2 days before you want to meet, and we can get you in there. All right, much love, everybody, and we will talk on Wednesday. Or if you're bored and want to go do pick a card, though, there's pick a cards aplenty over on the Done Creative or Harmony Portal Tarot. Both linked in the description below. Check them out if you feel so inclined, and I will see you later. Bye.